What's going on, everybody? This is Mo Real Talk coming to you again. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and share my videos. I want to touch on a little bit about the dating apps in today's society. The millennials kind of brought it in, and now it's here to stay with technology advancements and app development. So there's many different ways you can date and meet people. And the best way to meet people in today's world is online, which I don't agree with it because I'm, in-person type guy. But a lot of people are using online dating apps to satisfy their dating appetite or to find a husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, or lover, or side chick, side dude, whatever. I've had my experiences with dating apps myself. I've used them. Had some success, had some disappointments, some flakes. It happens. And for the fellas, for you that's out there using dating apps, solely using dating apps, that's not good because you're going to lose your social skills. You're going to become socially awkward out in public. So you don't want to get too caught up in just dating apps and meeting women on dating apps. Now, granted that you have to, once you meet them on, or once you talk to them on a dating app, you have to meet them in person anyway. But you kind of want to still have that actual human nature to yourself to meet women in person. And you got to do it all the time, but still kind of exercise that too. But I've had my experience with dating apps, with POF, Bumble, Tinder. I've used them all. Like I said, I've had some success. And I can touch on that a little bit. I've met women for short term, mid terms, nothing really long term with women off of dating apps. Because a lot of women are not really looking for anything on certain dating apps like POF. POF is more for, POF, tag, and all those type of dating apps are more for just get yours and I'm get mine. For those men that like BBWs and obese women, POF has them all. There's quite a few women on there, especially after 30, that are, multiple kids, divorced, out of shape, overweight, multiple kids by multiple different guys. That's from my experience, though. And it's not a great selection on POF. I've used Bumble. Bumble is more professional women. A lot of women with no kids looking for a husband and kids, or just looking for a husband. And like I said, there's someone there looking for somebody significant in their life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of professional women, a lot of the single, strong, educated women are on Bumble. So if you guys like those type of women, and want to deal with all that, that comes with the strong, educated, single woman, the liberal woman, go ahead. They're all on Bumble. There's a lot of liberal women on Bumble from my experience in my little area. And Tinder is kind of a mixture of both, of POF and Bumble as far as women wise, as far as from what I've seen. And once again, in my experience in my little area, Tinder is quite interesting. I've had a lot of success on Tinder. I've used it. I would say that would be like the top one that if you want to get a lot of success off of dating apps, whether you're just out there just trying to get your rocks off and get to the meats, to the yams, to the cookie. Use Tinder, Bumble, or POF. It doesn't matter. They're all easy. You just got to put the work in, or sometimes you don't have to put a lot of work in it. It just depends on what type of guy you are. If you are a top level guy, top 20%, then you shouldn't have no problem getting women. You won't have to put any work to get women off of dating apps. If you're a top 20% guy, the 6'6" guy, 6 figures, 6 foot. The guys that every woman wants, even the low level women want, like. The low women with the sexual market value, the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, and the fives, they still want top level guys, even though they have no shot. Even though those low sexual market value women have no shot at the top level guys, they still want them. So the average guy that's around about maybe a 6, 6.5, 7, you're gonna have to put a little bit of work in. Do some work to your profile, make it presentable if you're out here trying to date off of dating apps, because that's what women are looking at. A lot of women will swipe left without even reading your profile, so don't get too caught up in trying to type out a dissertation or 4 or 5 paragraphs, maybe 1 or 2 lines, and that's it. Make sure you focus on your pictures. Trust me, from experience, I know if you're out here in the dating world doing your thing, you know, if you're a single man, if you got yourself together, if your money right, you in shape or in some sort of shape, you know, you drive a decent vehicle, you know, or a really good vehicle, you will get women off of dating apps. It's not hard. And for you guys that like the obese BBW women, the big boned women, there's especially black men. There's plenty on POF. Those, from what I've experienced, are low self-esteem women that they have a hard time getting guys out in person because a lot of guys will pass them up left and right. So a lot of their attention will come off of dating apps. A lot of their attention will come off from thirsty men, manginas, simps, from desperate looking for a woman, looking for a handout, hobo scratch type guys that have nothing going for themselves. They will stoop down to the bottom of the barrel to get a certain type of woman. They don't care. They have no standards. But that's not a big, large group of men. There's a group of men out there, but not a large group. But if you want a decent woman, there's some decent women on there. But you have to be careful, especially for the men between 30 and 45. A lot of those women will give you a hard time, and they will throw a lot of stuff in your face, degrees, and they will throw their money and their jobs in your face, and, you know, oh, look at me, I'm independent. Ignore those women, because they are all on dating apps. They're all across the dating app platforms. I mean, they love to use that pitch line, and I don't even pay them no mind. I don't go that route. When if I see a woman's profile that says that, I completely ignore that because I don't care. Like most men don't care about, you know, their woman's education and how much money she making her job. But that's a whole nother video. But you will see a lot of those women on Bumble. Once again, a lot of those women are on Bumble, and try to cipher through them. And a lot of them are going to be in their 30s, late 20s, early 30s, like 28, 29, all the way up to like 45. And a lot of them are going to have no kids, so they have baby rabies. I forgot what guy said it. Shouts out to him. I forgot his name, but a lot of women on Bumble have baby rabies because they want kids. POF is basically jump off. POF and Tinder are more like a jump off type thing. So it's not hard to get women off of those, whether you're getting a low sexual market value woman or even a high sexual market value woman. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on the age. If you're going to deal with a decent age range, you know, you want to stay below 30. If once you get past 30, you're going to have a lack of thereof women that's above a 7 on the sexual market value. So be careful with that. It's gonna, you know, you will get frustrated dealing with women past 30 if their market value is really low or average. When I mean average, their market value is like a 6.5 and below, because those women will think they're all that. A lot of those women use a dating app and they think they're a +2. So for example, a woman that's a 5.5 looks wise and body wise, she thinks she's a 7.5 on a dating app. So be careful, fellas. I'm just giving you some tips on it. There's a success. You can have success on dating apps. For single men that's not really looking to get married, there's a lot of women on there. They outnumber us, but their inboxes are full of simps and manginas. And if she reaches out to you, like on Bumble, they have to reach out to you. If she reaches out to you, you don't have much time. If you're trying to close the deal, try to close it right away. Be honest with them. A lot of women say they want a real man. They want to keep it real, quote unquote. But be honest with them, because you will weed out a lot of women that will waste your time, and even in person as well. But just be honest with them from up front and what you want and what your expectations. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself spending a lot of money, unnecessary money, wasting a lot of time and energy using dating apps, taking women out left and right and not getting anything out of it. So, fellas, be smart when you use dating apps. They are not hard to use. They are very easy to use. If you have a direction on what you're trying to do, get yours, because they're getting theirs. Because if you get caught in that wash of one of those guys in her inbox, the hundreds of guys that's in her inbox messaging her all kind of stuff, it'll be hard pressed for her to reach out to you unless you're on Bumble. You know what I'm saying? But Tinder and POF and those other dating apps, you get a chance, make a move, do what you got to do. A lot of guys out there are tricking on dating apps, and I don't understand why. From my personal experience, you don't really have to do too much. I'm telling you, if you are a halfway decent man, you know what I'm saying, 6.5, 7, you know what I'm saying, 7.5 type guy overall, you know, your car, your money, your looks, they out there, man. You get them. Whether she's over 30, over 35, over 40, or under 30, you can get them, man. They're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Don't make the dating game harder than what it is, especially dating apps. It's not hard. They do it too. Fellas, you should do the same thing. So, anyway, I just want to kind of drop a little something on the dating app type vibe everybody using right now. It's all about real talk. You know what I'm saying? Dating apps are here to stay, and they're not going anywhere. They're going to continue to make more and more and more and more. So, with that being said, subscribe to the channel, share all my videos, like on my videos. Y'all have a good day. Real talk. I'm out.